Jamie O'Hara is prone to horrific opinions, and this one is no different. Welcome back to Fog Football. Stockport County would win the Scottish Premiership. Not only are we going to go over that, but he also got into it with John Paul Dykes of a Celtic podcast on YouTube. Can't remember the exact name of it, but anyway, we'll get to that later. But this immediately is just, it's utter shite.
Shite player, even shiter pundit.
Stockport County are a team that's never amounted to anything, never won anything, right? They're sitting top of League One right now. Brilliant. And we're going to get into their squad in a minute, but I just want to address this right here, right now. They wouldn't have the fucking minerals to win the league. It's not just a case of, does our league, right, take a lot of players for like the English Championship, League 2 and League 1? Of course it does. You'd be lying to say
they're not good enough.
Yeah, more often. Even the bigger ones. How many players have come up here and flopped?
Yeah.
It's a different style of play, but also it's the pressure.
Oh, he's the best player in the Championship. He's gonna run riot in the Scottish Premiership. Turns out to be shite.
It's also the pressure element, man. See Stockport County, there's nothing to them, right? See, they get clapped off the pitch if they win, lose or draw. You try to tell me Stockport County in a title race with Celtic, a title race with Hearts, a title race with Rangers, they're going to have the minerals to step up to task.
I don't even think they have the minerals to step up to a relegation
race. Stephen Presley?
Aye.
I mean, it'd just be the Stock Reaper. The Port Reaper, the County Reaper.
He'd send them back down to England quicker than he did Brendan Rodgers.
Yeah, it's just honestly, man, it's a fucking piss take. Their arse would crumble. Even as bad, right, as Hearts, as bad as Rangers and Celtic are right now, they are not losing a league title to Stockport County. I don't care what you say. It's not going to happen. They can't deal with it. You know for a fact in this league, you need to pick up like 80 odd points to win it. They're not picking up 80 odd points.
Yeah, even the worst league winner in my lifetime wouldn't they lose the league to Stockport?
Yeah. I know.
Ronnie Dylas Celtic, they ain't losing the league to Stockport.
Even if Jamie O'Hara said here they would finish third easily, I'd have a massive problem with it. But to come out and say they'd win the fucking league is ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't even think... I mean, they wouldn't even finish top 6.
Yeah. Yeah, and see another thing you've got to bear in mind. See if they did join the Scottish Premiership, they're not getting English League 1 money.
Yeah.
They're getting Scottish. And who the fuck wants to play for Stockport County, by the way?
No, nobody. Probably would be the least appealing team in the league.
By a fucking mile?
Except maybe Levy.
But even then, that's got the cool action scene.
That's got David Martindale.
I mean, come on, who doesn't want to play? But yeah, but seriously, man, this is just Jamie O'Hara losing the fucking plot. So we're going to take a look at their squad.
Just another ignorant English bastard.
Oh,
you can't sue that. You can't. Well, I just did. People that don't know anything about the Scottish game. No, I see English football is so fucking overrated. I actually cannot stand it. Oh, a Premiership here. I would rather Scottish Premiership be funded by peanuts than to have to watch
sell its soul.
Than have to watch like a soulless. See watching English football, man. It puts me to sleep.
Well, let's look at their current squad then, right? So we've got Ben Hinchcliffe, Corey O'Keefe, Owen Dodgson, right, a bunch of jobbers. I'm trying to look for names. Point is, guys, there is no names, right? Couple of Scots, couple of English, well, a load of English guys.
Yeah, but I mean, I'll be honest here. Like Jamie O'Hara probably looks at like the teams in Scottish Premiership and doesn't see any names either.
Yeah, but there's a key difference for me here, right? The only guy I actually know is Oliver Norwood. How many internationals are in this Stockport County team?
None.
Well, there's
one.
There's probably like 1, 2, 3, right? Three. Look at Rangers and Celtic. Look at Hearts. Look at Aberdeen. Look at Hibs. Look at Dundee United. Our league is full of clubs that are full of internationals, and we're not talking about they're full of San Marino internationals. No, they're actually full of internationals.
Yeah, decent level players.
Yeah, and that's the key thing. The level here. I mean, honestly, man, the guy is just so fucking ignorant. He hates us. He hates the fucking league.
Yeah,
I think it pisses him off, right, that he's a Tottenham man, and that despite all the money that's in English football, Tottenham will never be Rangers or Celtic, and it infuriates him.
No, I agree. Listen, if he turned around and says Tottenham would win the Scottish Premiership, I'd be like, fair enough, probably would. Like, I can't deny that.
But there's not.
But fuck me, League One, not a chance, not a chance.
Yeah, no. we'll move forward on to the wee discussion here he had with let me see, what's his name, Paul John Dykes. So they were talking, they got a bit heated on Sky. It's been since deleted. So Paul John Dykes was putting over the fact that Nancy is coming in, and he's a forward thinking and progressive coach. All that. He's talking about the MLS. Now here, we bashed Nancy yesterday, right? So I'm not gonna do a 180 and pretend that this guy's brilliant. I don't think he's Celtic level. I don't. Right? I don't think he is.
He might be. I just don't think he's got the career so far, the resume to suggest that he is. But that's not to say he isn't.
Yeah, no, O'Hara clapped back.
But then again, that could be us being ignorant, just like O'Hara is towards Scotland, you know. Maybe
we're Scottish bastards, they're the Americans.
Maybe the Yankee League's better than we give it credit for. It probably is.
It's got Messi in it.
Yeah, see, in fairness, it probably...
Yeah, I mean,
who you got? You got nothing. No, but, you know what?
We've got Davy Martindale. We've got Yusuf Shamiti.
I'd say Martindale's got more personality than Messi, like.
Nah, Messi's got something wrong with him.
Honestly...
Let's call it spade.
No, Messi's a great footballer, like, but...
Well, he's better than that, fuck, he's a...
No,
he's a great footballer. Well to sell him fucking short, by the way.
But, you know, do you think, Messi... If Messi wasn't, like, probably the most gifted, best player to ever fucking play a foot... No, but he wouldn't be known.
He's not like
no personality.
Like a Zlatan.
There's nothing about him.
He's just some guy. He's just some small Argentinian.
See as good as Messi is, I wouldn't be interested in like a meet or greet or anything shit like that.
Yeah, no, O'Hara.
Like, would you invite Messi? See if you could invite any footballer to a party. I don't think you're inviting Messi.
No, well, O'Hara. No, because he's not.
Unless you're going to go for a kickabout in the back garden.
If you want to have a photo with him, then but.
Well, you'd probably have to get on your knees and bend down, wouldn't you?
He probably would. O'Hara clapped back and said, and I quote, "You say it's a massive draw. The shortlist has come up. I mean, you get custard pied by managers who don't want the job. Knutson, Kieran McKenna, you're saying it's a massive club. It isn't, and it's shown." End of quote. Well, let's put this in perspective, right? McKenna turned down Chelsea, and Knutson has turned down fucking everybody because he's got a very cushy deal.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Knutson turned down Bayer Leverkusen.
Yeah.
This year. So... Does that mean they're shite clubs? Does that mean they're small clubs?
Yeah, no. Dykes responded, and I quote, "Jamie, Celtic is a massive club, and it's about time you realise that. I know you're playing the pantomime villain, but custard pie by whom? Who gave Celtic the custard pie? Who knocked us back? You're speculating there, obviously." End of quote. I mean, that is true. Knutson hasn't rejected Celtic, and McKenna's kind of just distanced himself because he's currently a manager at the end of the day. O'Hara fired back, said, and I quote, "You're looking at a manager from the MLS. You can't tell me you're a big club if you're looking at a manager from
Wait,
MLS.
hold on. Did his club that he supports, did he not take it, the manager from Celtic?
He did. Should have took Thomas Frank. I wouldn't... I mean, yeah, Thomas Frank...
No, but he's saying Celtic's not a big club. But they're big enough for Spurs to take... They're big enough for Spurs to want their manager.
No, but
who went on to win them their only European trophy.
Let's be fair though. See Tottenham, right? Tottenham can't even bring in big managers, and they're in the big league with the big money, right? They can't even bring in the best of players. Let's be the players.
No, but they brought in Ange Postecoglou.
No, they did. But Tottenham, even with the drawing factor of the Premier League and big money, can't bring in big managers. See if Celtic and Rangers were in the Premier League with the big money, right? In the league, Celtic and Rangers will be bringing in the best of the best. Tottenham just can't do that. Tottenham, I honestly...
I don't see why, to be honest, though, because they are a London club and that should help.
Well, so's fucking Luton. Well, Luton's close enough to London. I mean, but...
Where would you rank Tottenham in the London clubs? 4th?
I mean, obviously Arsenal and Chelsea's above them, so...
And what about West Ham?
Nah, put Tottenham above West Ham.
See, I think Tottenham is...
Yeah, but I think there's an absolute chasm between the top two and Tottenham.
I do think Tottenham is a pretty decent-sized club.
No, I'm not saying Tottenham are a small club, but I think they're just nowhere near Rangers and Celtic. And I think this guy's fucking just taking it so bad. He talks about you can't bring a manager in from the MLS, right? And yeah, we've bashed the MLS, but just because you're looking to bring a manager in from the MLS doesn't make you a small club.
So hold on here. Can you bring in players for the MLS?
Yeah.
You tell me Tottenham when they take Messi on a year deal?
Yeah. So he goes on to say, O'Hara...
No, where do you draw the line?
He goes on to say,
No,
O'Hara...
where are you
No,
drawing
I
the
know, but he
line?
goes
So you can't bring in managers for the MLS? So that you tell me there's no players playing in America right now that when they get into the Tottenham team?
No, I know, but
I mean,
Messi would.
As old as Messi is, I mean, not old, like, but you know, even though he's coming towards the end of his career, you'd be lying to say that Messi doesn't walk into any team.
O'Hara went on to say, it's just true, isn't it? What manager who is in the MLS gets a massive job? End of quote. But again, it's like, I put the MLS above the Norwegian League, and that's what Bodo Glimt are in. I just feel like these two guys are going round in circles here.
Yeah, exactly. Hold on. What manager from the Norwegian League has stepped into a massive job?
Yeah, no, I know. Now Dykes answered, Celtic and Scottish football know where we are in the food chain, Jamie. So if someone comes to us like Ange Postecoglou, we know that they might be using it as a platform to a team like Tottenham. O'Hara said, you can't just say you're one of the biggest clubs in the world then, if you're saying that the manager comes there and it's a pathway to a bigger job. End of quote. But, yo, that's what Scottish football, it's got no money, and people go for money at the end of the day.
Yeah.
We are both clubs are a sleeping giant in that aspect. It's a sad reality, but it is. It's like, say McDonald's, right? McDonald's is like numero uno fast food chain. Now, we were never numero uno in terms of the leagues, right? But if McDonald's suddenly became like 8th best, you would still be like, yeah, that McDonald's, big massive food chain, doesn't do as good as it once did, but still a recognisable name.
I think it's somewhere in
It's
the
like
middle.
Mike Tyson fighting Logan Paul or Jake Paul last year. Still Mike fucking Tyson, just about done.
Speaking of that, I think Jake Paul versus Joshua is official.
Aye, in December. But these two, they continue to go back and forth. He tells Jamie that he always has a bad word to say about Scottish football. So I think you're compromised in this discussion. O'Hara then said, you can't keep saying you're a massive football club when you're trying to attract a manager from the MLS, and you just said that the manager will use you as a pathway to a bigger club. The podcaster then said, no, I use an example of Ange Postecoglou who's using Celtic as a platform. Not every manager does. We just sacked a manager, he's unemployed. And then Harrow said, because he left you to go to Leicester. Dykes rounded it off with, yeah, he left under certain circumstances I'm not sure you're aware of, Jamie, because you're doing a lot of speculation here. Celtic Football Club is one of the biggest brands in global football. If you don't realise that, you're compromised. End of quote. Yeah, I honestly, Celtic and Rangers, right, outside of probably United and Liverpool, are, do you think British clubs, look at supporter clubs across the world, look at people that wear kits across the world, the drawing factor, they're fucking much bigger than Tottenham. Is Lee close, by the way?
I think it's somewhere in the middle. I think Celtic and Rangers fans do overestimate how big their clubs are. But I also think that people that outside of Scotland just belittle them and pretend that they're not big. But I think it's somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, but yo, see in terms, not the sad thing.
Yeah, but yo, what's that?
Yeah, but yo, the sad thing is, right? See in terms of the football.
Yeah, but hold on a minute. Like, Steaua Bucharest once upon a time would claim they're a massive club. Red Star Belgrade would claim they're a massive club. I mean, it gets to the point where when you're not doing much and outside your domestic league, your club, it does go down.
The reality,
in my estimation.
The reality is with Celtic and Rangers, I think you're right. See, in terms of the actual football played on the park, well, they're not the biggest clubs in the world, but I think there has to be a level of acceptance there. Has to be accepted. But in terms of like the brand and the institutions, they are. They are too.
How big? When you say biggest, are you talking top 10?
Yes.
Nah.
Near enough top 10.
Nah, Celtic Rangers aren't in the top 10. They're fucking not.
Well, I think they are.
No, they're not.
In terms of recognisable clubs across this world, I think they are. I'm not. No, they're not. I'm not saying they're in the top fucking 2 or 3, because of course they're not. Real Madrid, Barcelona, those teams, Bayern Munich, Liverpool, United. They're not.
So are they bigger than Juve? They're bigger than AC Milan? They're bigger than Inter? They're bigger than Bayern, Dortmund? No, not a chance, man. Not a chance.
They're in that. They're not all of them. No, they're not close to Bayern or Juve. Maybe close to the top 10.
They're not in the top 10. I mean,
so where would you put them? But we're not talking about football here.
No, of course we're not. But for you to think that they're on the same...
No, think across the world. See in fucking Australia, there's way more chance of a Rangers or Celtic supporters club than a fucking Juve. That's a fact. And it's the same in America.
I think it's different with those, like obviously with Australia and the ties to Britain, that's a bit different.
There's going to no, but think it right. America then, right? America, Italian Americans, right, etc. Irish Americans, British Americans. There's going to be more Rangers and Celtic supporter clubs in America than fucking AC Milan, and Christopher Moltisanti can rock up in an AC Milan tracksuit in season 3 of The Sopranos.
Celtic are bigger than AC Milan.
In America or across the board?
No, don't let's not switch up the criteria.
No, because AC Milan's fucking won way more Champions Leagues.
AC Milan are they're a bigger team than Celtic. Celtic and Rangers may be in the top 25.
Well, here, when you read out all the clubs, right, they're massive is what I'm getting at, and I think Jamie O'Hara's, you're saying it's somewhere in the middle. I think Jamie O'Hara's...
No, they are. People like Jamie O'Hara downplay how big they are, but some Celtic Rangers fans are a bit delusional.
No, but he's trying to put them down at the level of fucking Stockport County here. Home Alone.
Yeah, well, they're not at Stockport County level, but they're not the biggest clubs in the world. Like, when you start reading out all the teams, right? But are Rangers and Celtic bigger than the likes of like a fucking Bayer Leverkusen? Yes. Now, obviously, recent history, Bayer Leverkusen. The more years we get into the future, and the further and further we get away from. So how many German teams do you think are bigger than Rangers and Celtic? Just the one?
I'd say Bayern are the only definitive one.
What about Italian teams?
I'd say the two Milan clubs and Juventus.
Juventus.
Juve. Point is, they're massive. But I'm not delusional. I'm not going to sit here and say that they're bigger than... But see, in terms...
So what are you talking about when you say big clubs? Well, what is the defining criteria?
It's a whole lot of things, so...
What's numero uno, though? What is the...
Numero uno?
Is it amount of fans support?
Well, it depends on what you want to go with, because if it goes on trophies won, then Celtic and Rangers are fucking right at the top.
Yeah, but it doesn't, because then Linfield are one of the biggest clubs.
But Linfield don't have the worldwide support of both these clubs.
No, so therefore...
That's why it's got to be numerous things.
Yeah, but then you went, if it's based on trophies... if it's based on... that team in Saudi Arabia has got more trophies... No, you can't...
I would say it's got to be a whole collective.
But
I think the less our league becomes, then the argument goes against your
What's the number one? What's the most important?
I would probably say number
is
one.
The amount of fans?
Yes. And that's why I think Rangers and Celtic are uniquely different to others.
Well, I'd be shocked if they're in the top 25 then, based on that, if that's the criteria. I think that the likes of Dortmund and Leverkusen would have way more fans than Celtic and Rangers.
No way. No fucking way do Leverkusen have more fans.
Well, I think Roma and Napoli have way more fans.
No, here, I'll admit, see with Rangers and Celtic, due to the political divide, there's a lot of people that just say they're a fan, and they're not really, which will obviously inflate the numbers.
So you don't think like Roma have more fans than Celtic and Rangers?
No. Worldwide, I don't know, nowhere near.
We're talking worldwide, as in
nowhere near for me. I think you're underestimating this.
Well, maybe. Well, I do share the first name with Mr. O'Hara, so maybe I am. Who knows?
No, but I just think Rangers and Celtic are unique. Like I said, like the political divide. There's a lot of countries across this world where it's going to be split in that regard. And you look at Ireland, right? You look at England, Northern Ireland, etc. Rangers and Celtic. Some people might be their first team, but they might be their second team. And that obviously inflates the numbers. You know what I mean?
No, true.
So, either or, guys. Okay, let's confine it to Britain. Would you agree that Celtic and Rangers are the two biggest outside of Liverpool and United?
I think it would be hard to claim that they're bigger than Arsenal at this point.
What about Chelsea then? But Chelsea's won 2 Champions Leagues.
Yeah, honestly, I think Chelsea are pretty big now. I think you're underestimating the growth of Chelsea in the last 20 years.
Yeah, but does recency bias just?
Yeah, but unfortunately, I think in 20 years we're going to be few.
Well, I agree. That's what I said.
I think we're going to be viewing Manchester City as a massive club.
The further and further we get into the future of this world, the less relevant these two clubs are going to become. It's a sad reality, folks, but that's what we're looking at, and I think we'll leave it there. One thing's for sure, though, they're both bigger than Tottenham, and I think we can agree on that at the end. But see another thing you've got to remember, and it's where these clubs were founded, etc., and you can't just move clubs about. This ain't fucking American football, right? But say Tottenham played in the Scottish League and they didn't have like the Premier League TV deal. Think Tottenham would be having as much fans as Rangers and Celtic? Of course they wouldn't. You gotta put that shit into perspective, man. Anyway, we'll leave it there. Till next time. Peace.